everyone, and good evening. This is my market update video for January 15th, 2025. And today we saw amazing run up on all the indices. So let's go through them and see what might be in store. Um, so I have QQQ. It's still in that support area, so it could not break out from that area. Uh, like I said, this is not like a to the tick or to the decimal correct area, but I still see that it did not break out in spite of that bounce up this morning on the CPI data. And we have unemployment claims tomorrow, so we'll see what happens. And then even if unemployment claims come weaker than expected, market might still go up. But let me tell you what I see in my indicators. I see QQQ barely, momentum barely breaking to the upside. 4 hour momentum is still negative, and hourly momentum is positive. So weekly just broke up, daily definitely, barely broke up today, even in spite of this extraordinary bounce. And I still see it's not convincingly out of the woods yet. I would not still call it a bullish beginning of bullish trend yet. Usually after this kind of a decline, you kind of need a swoosh down to scare away uh, all the bulls, and I didn't see that yet. So I'm still bearish on all the indices. And like I said, I was actually least SPY looked least positive, and it just rose 1.82, whereas QQQ and IWM they QQQ was about to, IWM is close to 2% up. Uh, Even on SPY looks a little more, uh, looks like it hit this resistance and then it just bounced back. So unless it convincingly breaks out of this, I wouldn't say that it began a new bull run. And I don't see even on SPY. Weekly's momentum is still down. Daily just ended at neutral. So it's even after this bomb, it's not positive yet, and 4 hour is still negative. These are my indicators. Monthly momentum is positive, and that's why we see these kind of bounces. When it bounces pretty hard because of the monthly momentum being positive. So I still see the market is in this downtrend. And if you look at futures, it's a little more interesting in futures. So this is NQ, this is Nasdaq futures. Nasdaq futures here in the futures uh, chart, it looks weaker, whereas QQQ looks pretty strong. It looks like it broke out, but Nasdaq, if you look at it, it didn't even touch the upper end of this trend line. So I mean, this is what I see. And then same thing with ES, it just barely touched the upper end of this trend line and then came back. It's trying to break out after hours. Let's see what happens tomorrow morning. I mean, will be interesting. um, so that is about indexes. And then let me go to Tesla. I actually shorted Tesla. Like I said, I was looking to short it yesterday. I'm still not convinced of this Tesla bounce. Looks like a pretty positive trend line, but I shorted it today. It would look pretty strong. The ending looked pretty strong, but I still think there is a lot of weakness in the stock. They have earnings on January 29th, I believe. So let's look at that. Uh, so that, and then the volume was lower today on this candlestick. So that is my uh, analysis. I did get a very bearish indication on my algorithm, so I'm not convinced of this bounce yet. Uh, so that is that. And then I wanted to go over something very interesting that I noticed in China 10-year yields versus US 10-year yield. So let's go over that today. I find it very interesting. I was just looking at it, and so if you look at 10-year yields here, everyone in these days are talking about yields going higher and all that. So yields are going higher. It did break out of this channel and looks like it's gonna go higher, right? And then in my weekend video, I said they're gonna go much higher. So looks like it did break out of this bull flag. It will probably not go too much higher in the short term. It will hit some kind of a resistance in this area, 5.1, and then it will probably go sideways for a while. But in the long run, if you see, uh, 10 years have been going higher, right? Uh, so this means, bond market is demanding more premium to buy a 10-year bond, which is US dollar denominated bond. Now let's look at China 10-year. So if you look at Chinese 10-year bond yield, it's going lower. And if you think about it, why this might be, right? Why would someone demand a lower premium 10 years looking ahead from Chinese bonds than US dollar denominated bonds? Um, so my only reason that I could think of is that they see Chinese currency as devalued. So they see Chinese yuan raising in comparison to US dollar 10 years going forward. That is the only reason to give a Chinese government a loan at 1.6%, while US government is paying 4-5% for the same kind of 10-year loan. Same thing with again, in India 10-year. If you see here, the yields are dropping. So why are yields dropping here, whereas why are yields going relentlessly up in US? So I think uh, people who are whoever is buying those bonds, they are betting that Chinese currency is undervalued and it will rise compared to US dollar. So they see US dollar declining 10 years in 10 years, or around 10 years. It's still not broken out to crazy levels. So and then this could be a case for gold and Bitcoin, and this might be why even public is buying all these alternative assets, right? So this could be the case for gold and other metals as well as Bitcoin, because people are seeing peril in holding US dollars. They see a problem holding US dollars for the long term. So no one wants to, so they are going into alternative assets. That is my analysis of this, why this might be happening. You guys let me know in comments if you think otherwise. But yeah, that I could not think of anything else. Why would someone loan Chinese government much lower uh, at a much lower interest rate than U.S. government. So that's something that I wanted to discuss today, guys. And that's it. I'm still bearish on all the indices. I'm still holding, I'm still short QQQ. Today I went short SPY. So let's see how tomorrow goes and how Friday goes. Friday is option expiry. So let's see how it goes. Bye for now.